Okay guys, back again. Subject today is batteries. Had an issue with my daughter's car yesterday. She said it died about 10 times on her. She was going home for lunch and I went and looked at it. Found out that there was a leak in the evap system, which was allowing the engine to pull in air. So basically it was a vacuum leak and the car kept dying at idle. It didn't help that she had a tire that was almost completely flat on the driver's side that she didn't notice. So that contributed to the engine dying. But anyway, so I went and did some work on it and ran the codes and everything. And when I figured out what was wrong, I went to reset the codes. And I disconnected the battery for 10 minutes to reset the check engine light because I didn't have my code reader with me, which would do it through an app on my phone, so I had to do it the old school way. But when I hooked it back up, it turned the engine over slowly. I guess it just didn't have a good connection, and the battery was low. What happened was the starter hung in. Once the starter hangs in, you're going to be very, very lucky, even jumping it with a good battery, to get that engine to start. So, lo and behold, what I had to do, it's a front-wheel drive car, transverse engine. I had to pull the passenger side front tire and the inner fender to be able to crank the engine over and get that starter unlocked. Well, I took the battery and had it tested just for the hell of it. And the young kid at O'Reilly's throws on a digital tester and tells me the battery's bad. Which is funny because you can't test a battery properly with a load tester if it's not fully charged. And, usually they'll charge one for you and, you can leave it or whatever and you can come back and pick it up. But he was insistent I needed to buy a $122 battery. And, it's kind of strange because they just built that brand new store and now their batteries are real expensive and they're pushing them heavy and hard. So I told him no, I think I had another one at home, and I left. I actually took that one, set it out on the ground, put the battery cables on it, hooked it up to my car, let it run while I was doing some other things. Slapped that battery back in later when I was done, and guess what? It fired right up. Let her car run for about 15 minutes. She's driving it today. It's working fine. So this obviously isn't the battery. This was just for illustration purposes. But just to let you guys know, if your battery's low and your engine cranks over slow and then you hear that click, you may have to spin your engine manually, however you can do it, to get that starter to unlock. People will replace their starters and everything thinking they're bad, but a starter that is locked in cannot gain momentum, and especially if the engine is on the compression stroke, it will not turn over. You guys don't necessarily have to go to all the time and expense of replacing your starters. Make sure that it's free, that it's not locked into the engine. Make sure your battery's charged, then give it a try. Don't let these guys that either on purpose or just through their own ignorance sell you parts you don't need. So, once again, guys, hope that saves you some money, helps you out sometime. Thanks for watching.